Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be just a little update on Marathon Digital Holdings and their ties with KASPA and KASPA ASIC mining. For any guys who caught Greater Good Mining's video the other day, we've got confirmation now, right? So we'll talk about the whole thing. We'll talk about what they told us, and now we do know that not only are they interested in KASPA or KASPA mining, they've been mining. We know the extent of it, how much. We'll talk about it, guys. So if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned. Let's get to this thing. So shout out to Greater Good. I'm going to put a link to his video in the description if you guys caught this. So we were all here at WDMS. We were sitting at the same table, actually. And they were kind of talking in the background as we were eating dinner. And they announced somebody from Marathon Digital Holdings. And we all turned around like, what? And that, like, super got our interest. So pretty interesting. So it's kind of funny though, because he was trying to make it clear like, oh, I'm here on my own accord, I'm not representing Marathon. And Greater Good was right on the spot on this. It was like, no, it's full of crap, there's a reason for it, and we do have confirmation now. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Marathon, they are a huge player in the Bitcoin mining space, right? For publicly traded companies, they are one of the biggest, so you can kind of get the extent of it. They have a market cap of 5.29 billion currently. We can see it up here. It's crazy, bros. These guys are huge. Huge. You can see their BTC holdings are 17,857, so they are no small fry. You can see down here, as a result, Marathon's operating fleet increased to approximately 246,000 Bitcoin miners. Okay, so they are huge in that space. So for them to be interested in mining anything other than Bitcoin, pretty big news, right? So that's why it was such a big deal when we heard that. We're like, oh man, that's pretty big. So I was like, are they going to start mining? Did they just start, or what's going on? So they actually released a press release today detailing the extent of it. Okay, so we're just going to go through some of the key highlights here because there are some pretty juicy little details. Okay, so this again came out today, June 26, 4:05 p.m. Eastern, so just like an hour or so ago. Marathon Digital Holdings announces KASPA mining operations. Here's a big highlight: 93 million KAS mined, equivalent to 15 million as of June 25th. Okay, so this is not a new endeavor or something they're looking into. They've been here. Okay, so let's go through some of the highlights. Marathon Digital Holdings today announced that the company is mining KASPA, a proof-of-work digital asset, to further diversify its portfolio of digital asset compute. As we go down, in May 2023, so this is right before the ASIC, so again, this is a little over a year ago, right? We know that the first batch of ice servers came out in June, so this is right around that time frame. So in May 2023, Marathon began evaluating KASPA as a potential way to diversify its revenue while continuing to utilize its current infrastructure and expertise in digital asset compute. So to me, that could be potentially that they were mining with GPUs, potentially mining Ethereum, and that their existing infrastructure for digital asset compute could have been the GPUs, and maybe potentially they were mining with GPUs up to that point, right? So let's continue on. After successfully deploying its first KASPA ASICs in September 2023, okay, what came out around that time? The Bitmain KS3. The company began scaling its operations. Marathon has purchased approximately 60 petahash, guys. 60 petahash of KS3, KS5, and KS5 Pro ASICs. So it's the Bitmain model. So they did start with the KS3, they got KS5s, and the KS5 Pros. Okay, so 60 freaking petahash. Okay, 30 petahash of Marathon KASPA ASICs are currently operational, so they have 30% up now, or 30 petahash up now, in the company's cell phone and operated facilities in Texas, and the remainder are currently expected to be fully energized in Q3 2024. What do you think that means? It's that September batch of freaking KS5s and KS5 Pros. Okay, so currently they have 30 petahash, so give or take, easy math, about 10% of the network currently. Come August, September, they're going to have closer to 20%, but factor in that this is significantly going to go up. So they'll probably have about 10-15% of the entire network. Guys, so again, this is not a new venture, something they've been looking into. They have been in the game. Okay, so they were definitely some of those purchasers of all the Bitmain units. Okay, we're kind of curious as to who was purchasing these freaking, especially when the KS3 was first announced at freaking 50K in ASIC. We're curious as to who the hell's buying them. We got our answer. Okay, so pretty insane. Crazy turn of events is just extremely interesting. It makes me even more freaking bullish, right? Because again, they're not mining shit coins. They're not into that whole thing. So for them to be interested in it, even remotely, again, when we saw this, it was a pretty big deal. But this kind of confirming that it's not a new venture for them. They've been in the game, and then not only have they been in the game, they're doubling the scale, right? So again, they have the 30 existing petahash, and they're doubling it with this freaking Bitmain batch. Okay, so again, more credence to the fact that this upcoming freaking batch, August, September, is going to be massive. Okay, so bullish all around, but definitely be ready for hash rate to increase, kind of like we were speculating, right? But pretty extremely bullish news, kind of more confirming what Greater Good was saying, right? You weren't super bullish now. I mean, it's crazy, guys. But again, so just factor those things in, and a lot of people have been excited getting, the KS5Ls, the KS5Ms, the KS5s from Bitmain. All these, just factor this in, though, right? So again, it's it's a lot to process, but pretty good news. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys more bullish for KASPA? Are you kind of a little bit bearish on KASPA mining because of this? Do you think others will follow? I think that would be kind of the weird thing, is that we kind of see what typically happens with these bigger companies when they do things like this. It kind of gives the beacon to the other companies to also follow. So will they also come in? It's gonna be crazy, bros. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Thank you for watching, and I am out.